the man on a mission to bring back some pretty big pieces of history to New Zealand. It's our own sort of exhibition. We've been following the Save Our Planes journey, and this time it has reached new heights. We've been doing this for a number of years now. Paul Brennan wants to bring back the Built for New Zealand 747, and the campaign goes live today. This is one of the big birthers. This is the big baby. This is the beautiful one. He joins us now in the studio. G'day, Paul. Welcome back.
Morning. Good to be back.
Is this your third or fourth time here with us?
It's fourth time.
Have we brought anything back yet?
Well, we're trying.
Well, we are trying,
It's a long game.
We're right in behind you. So what are we looking at now, the 747?
Well, we're launching a campaign today called Save the Plane. And after 4 months of negotiation, we've managed to nail a deal with the owners of the last remaining original Air New Zealand 747, Kiwi 747.
This is the jumbo jet.
This is the jumbo jet. This is the, the one with the hump on the front.
The upstairs?
Upstairs.
I never went. What was upstairs?
It was a cabin upstairs.
Yeah, I never went up there.
Yeah, rarefied atmosphere up there.
Yes, I bet.
It's quite a glamour one. Are there any stories or historical significance or anything you can tell us so we make this connection with it?
Well, it is the aircraft that really Kiwi started their OE on. I think that's the main thing. Over 2 million Kiwis flew on this particular plane, which is the only one left. All others have been destroyed, melted down, made into beer cans, as they say.
Well, this is history. This is part of our history.
It's part of our history. It's a serious part of our history, our social and transportation history. In Air New Zealand service, it flew 66,000 hours. That's 8 years continuously in the air, 7,800 landings, and as I say, carried all those Kiwis on experiences, big experiences of their lives. So it's more than just a machine.
Where is it? Who owns it?
Air Sale of Florida own it. They're an aircraft leasing company. It's sitting on the desert floor at Roswell, New Mexico.
Right.
UFO territory.
Have you been to see it?
No, I haven't. A bit difficult at the moment, obviously, but
sure.
I've got photos of it, and
Does it work? I mean, if you put
it's
the keys...
It's a flying airplane.
It starts?
How much do you need to bring it back?
So our campaign target is 2.5 million New Zealand dollars. That buys us the plane. It has it flown here because it's still airworthy, and pays for the engines, which are $30 million worth. Obviously, we're not in that league.
Bit of gas as well? We need a bit of gas?
That's in the ferry flight cost, so
right.
That's in there.
Okay, and how many people would you need to fly it back? I mean, do you have someone in mind?
The owner will provide the crews.
Right.
Now, Paul, last time we chatted, I think it was number 3 chat, we talked about turning them into hotels. That was still
a live idea.
With that?
Still a live idea.
Yep.
Obviously, we have to get the aircraft, and we have to have a business model for our bigger picture trust activities to operate. I think it'd be a fantastic attraction.
Where would you put it? Where would it go?
It's going at the National Transport and Toy Museum in Wanaka, which is an established museum.
Yes.
Nearly 2,000 vehicles, nearly 30 aircraft there already, including one of the original NAC Friendships.
What we need here is no sausage sizzle. We need someone with really deep pockets, one transaction, and don't send checks because checks
they don't take them anymore. No.
Right. Yeah. So we need to transfer, but we need some big donors, don't we?
I think what we need that, but we also need Kiwis to think about what's important and what we should be preserving and conserving for future generations.
Has MOTAT got a sort of a fund that could help us out? Do we know?
I think they're committed to other things right now.
Okay.
Have we preserved any 747s?
No.
This is it.
It's our last
This
chance,
is it. So
isn't it?
other people might have this idea later on. Too late. Gone.
This
Just
is
a dream.
our moment to do it.
This is it. And they will start pulling it apart very soon if we
Well,
don't
this
get
had flown to Sydney around circa 1980.
No, it's a 1998 delivered
Okay,
aircraft.
I'm just wondering. Okay.
So this is a hostage situation, really, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't
The
quite put it
plane's
like
hostage,
that. I mean,
and they're going to kill it soon.
Come on, Gaddafi.
I think Air New Zealand bought this aircraft brand new in the late 90s for over 200 million US. We've got an opportunity to buy it, fly it here, and do that for 2.5 million.
2.5. What's the rego on it? Does it have a registration?
ZKNBV was the registration. The Frodo plane, it was the one that carried the Frodo Lord of the Rings livery.
Say this again, Z?
ZK.
Yes.
NBV.
Can I ask you, Paul, how are you holding up? Because like you say, this is your fourth time on the show.
Yeah.
This is a labour of love. How are you doing on this?
When I started this, I thought it'd probably be a 10-year project because it was from scratch. We had to find out who the people are. They're all scattered around the world. We had to get to know them, build relationships.
Massive.
This is a hardball business, the airline business, full of hard driving business people. So you have to get to know them. They have to know that you're serious. It takes a while to do that. And then COVID came along right at a moment.
That was unhelpful.
The way things happen,
Just for interest's sake, do you think the Airbus 380, the big dog at the moment, is ugly?
It's functional.
Yeah, so that's the same. It's just the answer is yes, isn't it?
I mean, it depends
Beautiful
from the angle. I think the 747, that's known as the Queen of the Skies, has an iconic look. Joe Sutter, the designer, who I've actually met, he's dead now, but I met him back in the early 2000s. Well, he had a philosophy that anything that flew looked beautiful, but they nailed it with that aircraft. It really is a 20th century icon.
Because it's the top, it's the nose, it's the second floor, isn't it?
Yeah. And just the performance. I mean, you think about, 500 people back in the early 70s flying at, 40,000 feet, 600 miles an hour.
Smoking away in the cabin.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the money to bring it home, what happens then?
Well, that's another exercise, but at least the ownership step is in place. The aircraft won't be destroyed.
There are options with that.
There are options. We live to fight another day. As I say, it's a long game. But, fast forward 20, 30 years, we're all sort of walking around with Zimmer frames, and young New Zealanders will be able to see how we built this nation.
This is important. It's really important. Richardson's, no relation, but the Car Museum in Invercargill, a brilliant thing. They're into transport and showing the history of transport. They've got big deep pockets. I wonder if they could get involved. Could you give them a call and say you're their cousin or something?
The battle of the museums could be.
Yeah, they'll have to build a new shed, though, won't they? Because the ones they've got are fairly full at the moment.
We spent $2 million on a beach. Do you remember that?
Yeah, well, this is what I'm hoping to capture the imagination of the Kiwis. We saved that beach in a week and a half, right? And we can save this plane in a week and a half, 3 weeks.
So we need to get on board with this. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to go and we've got to give a little page, Save the Plane, website launching today.
And so anything on there yet? Is it zero balance right now?
No, I think we're nudging close to $1,000 already in one day.
$1,000.
And we haven't even talked about it. So
okay, is that $2,500? Is that $2,500? No, it's at $1,000. $1,000.
Yeah.
Just getting an update. Let's try and nudge this along.
Yeah, I think it's something worth doing. Obviously, I'm going to say that. But I say again to New Zealanders, if we value our history and how we built this nation, and just think about all those people who flew in that plane. They were going somewhere. They were doing something. There's a human story everywhere. And it's sort of locked in that artefact.
I agree.
And if we lose it,
what was the best row? What was the best row to sit in that plane?
The left-hand seat of the cockpit, I would imagine.
Bring Our Birds Home campaign director. Get in behind him as well if you can. This is history. This is New Zealand history. It's rare. It's the last one. Paul Brennan, I appreciate it.
Save the plane.
Save the plane. Let's all do it together. Up next, Aziz. There's an emotional campaign.
It's $2 million.
Hey, we've just
we need 4,102.
Yes, it's just gone up now.
We need $2 million.
Yeah, I know, but little steps make a long.
Like 15 minutes.
Correct.
$4,000.
I'm for just the fact that we've never preserved one of these 747s that Air New Zealand has had.
You love aviation.
It is an iconic aircraft. This is our last chance to actually save it, put it somewhere for people to enjoy, because aircraft are just aircraft now. Yeah, these were a little bit more than aircraft.
They were romantic.
Yeah.
There is that glamour area. Look, if you've travelled overseas on lengthy trips after 1998, chances are you have been on this plane.
Yes.
And so this is part of your experience, your international adventures. If you can get behind it, it's gone up to 4,202, $100 in just 1 minute.
We're 0.2.
This is good New Zealand.
We're 0.2% there.
At the moment, we might get a wheel sent to us in a box.
If you do, what about if you do like a massive? If one of our big rich people around New Zealand do it, you could get your name on the side of that plane. That could be part of your legacy. That's pretty cool.
You want one of those rich people that don't want the name on the side, so we keep it as Air New Zealand.
You could get someone with your fantasy, could be get dressed up in an air steward outfit.
Anyway,
Mark, you could do it and get Mary in her outfit. And
we're wholeheartedly behind
games.
this campaign, is what we're saying. $2.5 million. What's that between friends? Mark?
could be real for Save the Planes. $9,000 has been raised so far.
9,000.
Not bad.
Only
shy of
2.49999 to go. That's us for today. Amanda and Mark, thank you so much. The honorary member of the AM show today is Paul Brennan for Dreaming Big. He wants to bring the big bird home. The target's big. Let's hope he gets there. Give it a little search. Save the plane. Currently, as Amanda said, $9,000. It's been a privilege spending the morning with you. Look after yourselves. We'll catch you tomorrow. Do it all again then. Take care.